All right, guys, Darren from FBA Elite, and welcome back to another video. So how in the past 30 days have I generated over £7,000 in sales for one of my products, yet made pretty much zero profit? Why is it important, and what lessons can I learn, and hopefully what lessons can you guys learn from this that will help you with your Amazon FBA business? So let me take you through the process, why this is happening, what I'm doing about it. And also, if you have an Amazon Prime account, make sure you stick around to the end of this video, as there is something I think is a very important thing to know about if you've got a Prime account. So if you have got a Prime account, stick about until the end of this video, as there's something pretty cool happened in the past couple of days. So this product we're looking at here, I've removed all my other products and obviously have changed the names and stuff so you can't identify it easily. This is actually the first product I ever launched on Amazon back in 2018. So this product has always sold really well for me, but recently I've noticed with each batch of stock that has arrived, it's become slightly more trickier to sell. Now, that is for a number of reasons, and I could do an entire video trying to figure out what's happened within this niche, but the general gist of it is when I launched this product, I didn't know what I know now. I didn't have the mindset I have now. And certainly I didn't do enough to make this product stand out. So the fact actually that it's still selling pretty well 3 years on, I'm very fortunate that that has been the case. So I think that's the thing. It's kind of got lost within this niche as this niche has become more crowded. The second thing, as I've talked about in previous videos, shipping costs have gone up. So I've had to sell this product at a higher premium, which has made it more difficult to compete in this niche, where it seems to be the lower price products are selling quite well. And as my product doesn't have a visual selling point to justify the high asking price, it is struggling a bit more. So if I was coming into this niche again, I think I could still succeed. And actually I may even consider re-entering this niche with a brand new product and a brand new visual selling point. But for now, I'm just trying to make the best of it that I can with this particular product as I transition my business over to other products, which I talked about in the previous video. So as you can see, in the past 30 days, this product has sold 335 units, just over £7,000 in sales. And I think the profit on it is going to be around about break even, maybe a small profit, but generally I would say it's about break even. Now, the reason I've had to do this is I tried selling at the price that I've been selling at for the past kind of 6 months or so. And I was generating sales, but as I mentioned a couple of videos ago, I currently have a huge amount of money invested for Q4. So I'm very stock heavy at the moment, both in the Amazon fulfillment centers, in the 3PLs where I'm storing this stock, and also on the container ship, which has got another batch of this inventory coming probably in 4 to 5 weeks time. So I don't want to get to the situation where I'm overly stock heavy. So I've seen this as an opportunity to bump my ranks, to try and get this product selling as well as possible before we get into Q4. So that's why I made the decision a few weeks ago to start selling this through. Based on my profit calculations, each sale generates around about a £3 profit, but I'm also running PPC to generate the sales velocity required. So that's eating up that profit. So that's why they're being sold pretty much at break even at the moment. But I'm happy to do that. So I plan to sell probably around 500 units at this rate. So I'll be selling for 3 to 4 weeks, maybe a bit longer to achieve that, and that should bump up my organic ranks. And then once they're in place, I will slowly increase the price to try and make a profit on the remainder of this batch that I've got at the moment in the 3PL and an Amazon, and also on the batch that I've got for Q4 that's on its way in. So let me talk you through this product. It will give you a bit more information. And the first thing I want to say is, although this is my first product, I'm not emotionally attached to this product. And it's something you guys need to avoid doing as well. You need to, at any point, be willing to walk away from a product when you realize that it's run its life cycle, or you need to be willing to make changes to that product that will make it continue to be viable. So this graph here is from when I first started selling back in 2018. All of the big spikes are from when we were out of stock or when Amazon decided to stop selling our products. Well, not stop selling them, but they turned it to a 30-day delivery window when the first lockdown happened last year. So other than that, these spikes here, all out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. And then last year would have been this one here, this big long one here. This is when Amazon just said, no, we're not going to sell, we're not going to prioritize any products in that category. So that's why it spiked up there, but I was actually in stock. So let's go through this. So as you can see, I used to get ranked really well. So this line here is the BSR. So the lower it is to the bottom, in effect, the better the product was ranked. I'm going to come back to rankings in a second. You can see here, until last year, I always found it very easy to get into the low BSRs, which is where I was hitting the sales goals I wanted to hit. Last year was a bit more of a struggle. It's a very unique year, so it's hard to judge how the product was doing overall, but I was still happy. I was still making profit. But as you can see here on the last batch of stock for the first kind of part of this year, my BSR was slowly increasing. So when I come back into stock a few weeks back, it was very difficult to make sales. So that's why I decided to make this decision. Now, one thing I want to say to anyone that is selling on Amazon, if you're an existing seller or a new seller, you need to track your ranks. You need to know what is going on with all of the keywords that you're targeting with your products so that you can make these types of informed decisions. So you guys know that I use the keyword tracker from Helium 10. So despite the fact they've got all of these tools in Helium 10, the keyword tracker is probably the tool I use most frequently, as I'll go and check these every few days if I see something off with the sales to see whether my organic ranks are off or whether my sponsored ranks are off as well. So make sure you are using this. I think this is actually available on their free plan as well, but I'll pop up some discount codes for their paid plan. There's so many tools within this, but you need to be tracking your ranks, whether you're an existing seller or a new seller, so that you're always aware of what is going on within the niche you're targeting and the product that you're trying to sell. So as you can see here, I've got all of my products added here. I haven't really talked about my products recently in terms of ones that I've recently launched, but I've got all of the products here that I'm currently selling. And if you click onto any of those products, you'll see all of the keywords that apply to that product. So let me take you through to another tab here. And as you can see in this example, we've got all of the keywords that this particular product, which is my first product we are targeting. We can see the search volumes for all of the keywords. We can see the trend for how I'm doing organically. You've got the organic ranks there as well in the numeric values, as well as the sponsored ranks. So at the moment, I'm actually using quite a unique PPC campaign to promote this product. So that's why these aren't actually been picked up on the sponsored rank keywords. But I might cover that in another video. But the key thing is your organic ranks. And you can see here, I'm not ranked terribly. And these ranks are going in the right direction. But if we take, for example, the main keywords I target, this is the one that generates the most sales, and I'll show you what's been happening. So this is the graph for that particular keyword. I'm just going to make this a bit bigger so you can see what I mean. So again, going all the way back to 2018 here, when I first launched the product, you can see I was ranked like over 100th for this particular product. And with a very simple launch, I was actually able to rank very, very easily. There's a lot less competition in the niche at this time. And you can see, generally speaking, I've been able to maintain pretty good ranks. But as you saw on the BSR graph, my organic ranks have been struggling to stay near the top as well. So if I just take this down from all time to maybe the past 90 days, it should give you a clearer picture of why I've had to do what I've done. So as we come back into stock in August, that's when it was at this lowest point. I tried it PPC for a few weeks at a reasonable price, but I just wasn't happy with how the ranks were going. So that's why I reduced the price to this point where I'm only selling at a few pound profit and then losing it all on PPC. But you can see here, my ranks are picking up quite nicely. And it's actually, if we put that over all time, I'm getting my ranks back towards the all-time highs. So that's why I'm willing to make this decision at the moment. I'm willing to sell through this stock at break even, as I want to repair these organic ranks to put myself in the best possible position for Q4. That isn't the only thing I'm doing. Now, obviously one of the key things with this strategy is being able to sell at a lower price. So my suppliers' costs have been creeping up. So shipping costs are crazy high. So I spoke to my supplier a couple of times about reducing their costs, but they would only budge by a few cents. So what I've been doing over the past week is I've been using the RFQ system on Alibaba.com. So just go to rfq.alibaba.com, and here you can submit what you're looking for. So as I've already got an existing product that's selling well, I have an exact specification that I can just do an RFQ for. So if you can choose here, submit RFQ, you can fill this in, and if you just send it out to all of the Alibaba suppliers, and people that feel they can meet your specification can get in touch. And through this, I've actually managed to find 2 different suppliers that are saying on paper they can supply my product for $2 less than my current supplier. So I've got plenty of stock for the next few months. So I've got a couple of weeks. I'm going to get these samples in, see how they stack up. And if they really are that good, I'll either switch supplier or I'll use this as kind of a bartering point to get my existing supplier down to the new rate where this product will continue to be viable. Or worst case scenario, these products aren't up to scratch, and my supplier won't move on price. I'll just end up knocking this product on the head and moving on to products that are profitable. And this week's I've ordered, I think, 3 samples for other products I'm interested in. So Amazon is a game that is always changing. Try not to get emotionally attached to any particular product, and accept that niches will change and evolve. They'll become more competitive and more difficult to sell within. If you can get 3 years out of one product, that's not a bad return at all. I'm not going to say you're going to get 3 years out of all your products. Some you might only get 6 months or 12 months out of. But certainly there is opportunity to sell products for a long time if you do the research correctly to begin with and give yourself a strong visual selling point, which I didn't with that particular product. So hopefully by sharing it with you guys, you get a good understanding of that product life cycle, some of the things you can do to try and keep a product going, and the type of strategies you may need to use to get a product ranked when things start to get difficult. So going back to what I mentioned at the start of this video, if you have an Amazon Prime account, so this is nothing to do with FBA. Well, actually, I suppose it is to do with FBA because your customers, a lot of your customers will be Prime customers. So the more people that Amazon can lock within the Prime, the Amazon ecosystem, the more people that are going to be there to buy your product. So Amazon are now offering free Deliveroo Plus with any Prime account. And I don't know about you guys, but since lockdown, I've been using Deliveroo an awful lot, and I rarely trek out to my local takeaway. I always use Deliveroo now. So by getting this as part of your Amazon Prime membership, this will mean more people are going to be part of this Amazon ecosystem and potentially be your customers. And also if you're an Amazon Prime customer yourself, you get these benefits and you can start using Deliveroo Plus and you get free delivery for anything over £25. So this isn't me trying to sell anything. There's no referral links here for Deliveroo. I just thought for those of you that have Prime, it's a good thing to be aware of. So hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, I'd really appreciate it. You can hit that like button. If you want to see more from me, head over to fbaelite.com and sign up to the forums. Like I said earlier in the video, you need to be tracking your ranks regardless whether you're a new seller or an existing seller. You need to track your ranks. Also keep in mind you can track the ranks of competitors as well, so that's a really useful feature. So what I'll do is I'll pop up a video in front of me now, which is all the other tools in Helium 10. It's a video I made a few weeks ago, so it's right up to date. I recommend you guys give that a watch.